everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to make spaghetti bolognese. Now this isn't a traditional way of making spaghetti bolognese, it's just the way I like it. Anyways, let's get to the recipe. For the bolognese you'll need half a cup of olive oil, 2 medium onions chopped into small cubes, 2 medium-sized carrots chopped into small cubes, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of basil, 500 grams of beef mince or any other alternative, 1 tin or 400 grams of chopped tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of salt or to taste, 1 tablespoon of garlic granules, half a teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of curry powder. For the pasta, you'll need 400 grams of whole wheat flour, 4 large eggs, half a teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Now that you have all your ingredients, let's get started. You want to start off with the flour on a surface, or you could do it in a bowl, but then you're at the risk of making the dough too dry. You want to make a well in your flour. Make sure to make high walls. I'll show you why later. Crack all the eggs into the well, then add your salt. With a fork, whisk the eggs, adding a little flour at a time. And that is why you need the high walls. But if this happens, just act fast and mix the flour into it until it's too thick to run away. And that was purely for educational purposes. Once it has all come together and isn't as wet, use your hands still gathering little flour at a time until you've got a tough dough. Tough dough meaning you try to stretch it and it starts ripping apart. Now knead this for about 10 minutes. You may not have to use all the flour, or you may have to use more. It all depends on how big your eggs are. Make a dent in the dough and add the olive oil. Knead for another 5 minutes until you've got a nice smooth dough. Wrap it in cling film and refrigerate for 30 minutes. As the dough rests in the fridge, it's time to make the bolognese. In a heated pan, add your olive oil. Then add your onions with half a teaspoon of salt. This will soften your onions more quickly as the salt brings out the moisture from them. Once they're soft, add in the oregano, basil and garlic granules. Then mix it in and fry for a few minutes. Now add in your carrots and cook them until they're nice and soft. Cover with the lid so they cook faster with steam. After around 10 minutes, once the carrots are soft, add in your meat and fry on medium heat for 2 minutes. Add your tomatoes and the rest of the salt. Add your chili powder and curry powder and stir them in. Now cover with the lid and cook for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add in your pepper and cook on high for 2 minutes, just to get rid of the extra liquid. And there's your bolognese done. Take out your pasta dough. Make sure to have a bowl of extra whole wheat flour to flour the surface. Slice your dough into quarters. Each quarter makes 2 servings. Take 1 quarter and flatten with your palm into a rectangle. If you don't have a pasta machine like mine, you can use a rolling pin. You need to roll it out until it's thin enough to see your fingers through it. If you have a pasta machine, then take the rectangle and put it through on its lowest setting. Every time you put it through, you flour each side of the dough and turn the dial up 1 setting at a time until the dough is thin enough to see your fingers through it. Now that the pasta is thin enough, here I'm going to show you how to cut your pasta without a pasta machine. You want to fold the rolled up pasta and flour it each time you make a fold until it's a workable rectangle. It should be roughly the size of your palm. With a sharp knife, from one end start cutting to your preferred thickness. I'm slicing the thinnest I can to make spaghetti. Then open them up and there you'll have your homemade pasta. Toss them around in flour so they don't stick to each other. Now I'm going to show you how to do it in the pasta machine. Make a rectangle, put it through, turn the setting up 1, flour, put it through again, flour, setting up, etc, etc. Cue the time lapse. Once thin enough, cut the strip in half and fold so it's easier to hold. Now put it through the cutter. On my pasta machine there are 2 cutters, one for tagliaghetti and one for spaghetti. Here's a little close-up, something a little satisfying. In order to cook your pasta, put a pan of water on boil. Add salt so that it's almost like seawater. Add the pasta in a batch at a time and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. Homemade fresh pasta doesn't take long to cook. Here's a fun hack. In order to check if the spaghetti is done, grab one piece and throw it on the wall. If it sticks, it's done. Now scoop out your pasta, drain the water and place it in your bowl. If you want to cook your pasta through your bolognese, then make sure to put your pasta in a cold water bath beforehand. This will stop the cooking process and prevent the pasta sticking together. Add your bolognese on top with a coriander leaf for garnish, and your spaghetti bolognese is ready. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel and share with friends and family. Bye bye.